Hello there, this is Stephanie with Trillium Tarot. Thank you for viewing my video today. Today I'm going to go through and show you the cards of the modern Spellcaster's Tarot. Now this deck does remain fairly consistent to the overall imagery within the traditional Rider-Waite deck, but it is definitely different, and you'll see what I mean as we go through each of these individual cards. So let's start with the Fool. He does not have a little doggy trying to stop him from walking over the edge. Then we go into the Magician. He does have the tools, kind of hard to see on this video, but on this table behind him, he does have the tools of magic as represented in the traditional Rider-Waite. The High Priestess is kind of interesting because she also has a lot of the same symbolism as far as the pillars and the moon and the headdress and so on, but she's faceless. The Empress. Then we look at the Emperor, the horned god. The Hierophant is also faceless, so he would be, a power or a controlling entity of some kind. The Lovers, after a hand fasting ceremony. And the Chariot. It's very interesting to me because it does not have the traditional two sphinxes or two horses or two dogs or, the dual animals pulling the chariot. It's one horse and it's not controlled by a driver. There's no reins or control. It's just in movement. The Strength card. And then we have the Hermit. Instead of a lantern, he is wandering with a candle in the wilderness. The Wheel of Fortune I find to be a bit entertaining with the blindfolded monkey at the top of it. Then we look at Justice. This Justice, it is not blindfolded, but she does have the scales. We have the Hanged Man. He's not shown as upside down. He's just hanging from the tree. And Death. There's no mistaking what this card means. Death is death in this card. Then we look at Temperance. Temperance has the winged sandals and the winged headdress, as well as pouring from one vessel into the other. And here's another one that is unmistakable. This is the Devil. You see the man and woman chained to the pedestal beneath the Devil. And, one is overeating, one is over drinking. The Devil just is the Devil. Then we look at the Tower. 3 lightning bolts hitting that one. And then we have the Star. I like the somewhat Egyptian looking aspect of that one. We have the Moon with the 2 pillars and the wolf and the dachshund. And the crustacean, I guess that's a lobster, coming up from the waters. The Sun. Then we go to Judgment. And we wrap up with the World. And I like this representation of the world. It has the seasons in the corners as well as, I believe those are astrological symbols. I should actually look into that. So let's look at the suit of swords. We have the Ace of Swords. Oh, I'm noticing on this deck that they have reversed what I know to be what I consider to be the element that's associated with swords. So in this deck, they associate swords with the element of fire. So they flip-flopped wands and swords from the way I was taught and trained. So with that in mind, the Ace of Swords, we have the 2 of Swords, the 3 of Swords. The symbolism remains, the pierced heart, but you see the flame there at the bottom of the card. 4 of Swords. And the 5 of Swords, again with fire element in there. The 6 of Swords. I believe the symbol above the head of the boatman is the symbol for the sun, which again would be fire. 7 of Swords. 8 of Swords, no mistaking the flames on that one. 9 of Swords, and the fire is represented by the candles. And I don't see a representation of fire in the 10 of Swords. It's the traditional 10 swords in the back of a face-down, prone individual. So we look at the Page of Swords. That's a big-ass sword. Then the Knight of Swords. The Queen of Swords. And finally, the King of Swords. I've noticed a lot of wolves in this suit, so maybe there's some correlation with wolves and fire that I'm not aware of. So now we're going to look at the suit of wands. And remember that I said that the wands and the swords are flipped as far as elemental correspondences in this deck. So in this deck, instead of corresponding to fire, the wands will correspond to the element of air. So there's the Ace of Wands. Here's the Two of Wands. The Three of Wands. The Four of Wands. And the Five of Wands. Really, how bored do you have to be playing a piñata with a wasp nest? Here's the Six of Wands. The Seven of Wands. The Eight of Wands is very traditional representation, the four wands flying through the air. Here's the Nine of Wands. The 10 of Wands carrying that burden. Here's the Page of Wands. The Knight of Wands. He's on a giant hawk or eagle, so again, flying through the air. The Queen of Wands. And finally, the King of Wands. I like that throne that he's in, the tree. I think that's pretty cool. Okay, so Cups is next. I always present the suits in the same order, as if I was starting from the east and working through to the north. So West is represented by Cups. It's emotion. So there's the Ace of Cups. Then we have the Two of Cups. And the celebration of the Three of Cups. Four of Cups. The Five of Cups. The Six of Cups, the nostalgia card. You see the older couple sitting there watching the kids play and remembering. The Seven of Cups. Too many choices. I'm overwhelmed. I don't know what to do. The Eight of Cups. Trying to keep my cards lined up here. The Nine of Cups. All your wishes coming true. And the 10 of Cups. Very traditional representation, again, with the rainbow and the cups in the sky. Happy family. I don't see a building in the background of this one. We have the Page of Cups. Then the Knight of Cups. He's riding a fish, so again, associated with water. The Queen of Cups. And finally, the King of Cups, with his feet in the water, and he's holding the trident. So the last suit we will look at is the suit of Pentacles, and this is associated with the element of earth. So we have the Ace of Pentacles with the little red squirrel there. The Two of Pentacles, the guy who's always juggling a couple of different options. We have the Three of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles. He's definitely trying to protect what he has managed to hoard or build up. The 5 of Pentacles, the dog is chasing them away from the shelter. The 6 of Pentacles, he's dispensing, looks like food and drink. 7 of Pentacles, watching something grow. Then the 8 of Pentacles. The 9 of Pentacles. Not sure why the little squirrel is wearing a hood. That's very interesting. And the 10 of Pentacles. So we'll wrap up with the court cards for the Pentacles. We'll start with the Page of Pentacles. Oh, I wanted to start a banner too. Here we go. So Page of Pentacles, then the Knight of Pentacles. He's riding a giant squirrel. I guess because squirrels climb around in trees. Then we have the Queen of Pentacles. And finally, the King of Pentacles, with all of the wealth and such that he has built up. I hope that you enjoyed this video showing the different cards in the Modern Spellcasters Tarot. Please do like the video and subscribe to the channel for future updates. For additional information, I have resources, I have original content on my website. I have a calendar of the events for some of my favorite YouTube readers. So please do feel free to visit my website, which is www.trilliumtarot.com. We'll see you next time.